Thanks for joining me today. I'm back again with another topic. As you know, I always say this is like a buffet. You can take it or leave it. But what I want to say to you today here is, with everything open up again and travel start to semi get normal, let's think about let's think about making ourselves right. Okay, let's think about getting our heart and mind right, and start worrying so much on finding the right person. I think it's better to be the right person than to find the right person. Because if you're trying to be the right person, you can set boundaries for yourself, and you have your boundaries realistic, and therefore nothing can penetrate you or ruin your situation. Now, with that in mind, I want to kind of share with you today. I came across a video of a guy who uh, was basically taken for everything he had. And to me, this is the reason why I make these videos, because over the past 20 some years, I've seen this happen so many times. And I guess I'm fortunate enough that I learned from others, I listened to others, the guys that had experience, I took their advice. The mistakes I made, I learned from it, I regrouped, I went back, and I never let it happen again. But from watching this video and seeing how the Filipina and her family treated this man, I just think it's straight out criminal. Now, to kind of give you a brief idea of what happened was, the guy was like 60 something. He retired. He moved to the Philippines. He had 1.5 million pesos. During his time there, he met like three Filipino girls. Okay, the first one, he realized early that she was a scammer. She just wanted him for the money. He dumped her. The second one, she pretty much took a big chunk of his money. But looking at the third one, I kind of feel she was more of the pro, because what ended up happening was he bought a house, he bought a truck for a brother, cell phones, feeding the family. He did all those things that I tell you guys not to do, because it's going to ruin you. He did it all. He gave all the little gifts and everything, and in the end, he lost everything. He ended up having to move from his apartment to her squatters area where they lived. And when all the money was gone, they wanted to kick him out of the house that he paid for. They want to have him deported because he no longer had any money. Everything that went wrong, they blamed him. So all the neighbors was talking about him, and by him not knowing the language, he just had to suck it up. He didn't know what the hell they were saying. So he basically wasted 1.5 million pesos on those people, and in the end, they tried to have him kicked out of the Philippines, because they basically put him out the house. Okay? They didn't even want him around anymore once all the money was gone. To kind of remember one thing he said he felt like basically he was the ATM. Like he could just sit in the room and just pass the money through the door, because that's all they cared about. And he further went on to mention that with the last girl, they have two kids together, two twins. Now, here's the thing about that. I can understand a guy wanting to do the best for his children. Okay? To me, that's commendable. You should want to do the best for your children. But at the same time, the mother should want to do the best for the child also. So that means doing the best for the child is trying to make sure that the family unit is strong. But what basically happened, the Filipina was still trying to, basically get more money out of him just for the kids, or say it was for the kids, but end up using it for something else. So now this guy is in the Philippines, almost homeless, don't have any money, and what's happening is people are reaching out, giving him money to try to bail him out. His problem is he won't wake up and smell the coffee. Personally, if I was in a situation like that I ran out of money, the first thing I would do is go back to the States, regroup. But this man does not want to leave the Philippines, and he's about to get deported. And if he gets deported, he can never go back. So to me, it's like he's begging for abuse. He wants to stay in a situation that's not good for him. He wants to cater to these girls, I guess, to make them stay when they're really ruining his life. And this is something that guys need to realize, that there comes a time when you have to know when to say when. Throw in the towel. Don't lose your life savings. Because in his situation, nothing good is going to come out of that. I once read that a beautiful woman will make a millionaire broke, but a smart woman will make a poor man rich. And these girls that he was dealing with was only with him for the money, and once it's gone, the girl and her family treated him worse than they did the dog. He wasn't eating, he's losing weight, his clothes are like terrible. So my takeaway I want you to get from this is that you have to take care of yourself first. Your idea of trying to help someone isn't helping them at all. It's enabling them to be lazy. And as a man, you should want something in return, in the sense of bringing something to the table. And I mean in the terms of, if you were to fall on hard times or to get sick or something, she's going to be there, and not just for the money, because she leave as soon as you go broke. Because that's what happened to this guy. As soon as he went broke, it's like they had no use for this guy whatsoever. In my videos, I often try to understand or explain and basically get guys to think, what would be the purpose of buying a house for someone? What is it to prove? When guys start spending that kind of money to keep someone, there's something in their life that's missing. They either have a fear of abandonment, or they're codependent. And either way, they are what is called a people pleaser. They want to please everybody to make them happy, even if it's to their detriment. They want to keep saying yes, even if it's going to ruin their life. You can't let someone take so much from you and give nothing, because no relationship will survive without reciprocity. The trees live because of the soil, and they drop the leaves back to the soil so the soil can replenish the trees. No one should be able to just stay with you, be with you, just because they got a split between their legs and that's all they have to offer, and they think because of that they should be treated like a queen. Because a lot of those girls feel like just because they got the split, that they're entitled to everything you have. And I don't agree with that. I feel like I don't feel that paying someone to be with me is the direction I want to go. If that's the case, I'll just pay for it and go on with my life and not even be bothered with anyone. But if someone wants to come in my life and say that they want to be a part of my life, then bring something to this situation. And don't think that just because you got a split, I got to buy you a house. Or just because you got a split, I got to feed your family. I got to buy you a cell phone every year. Take care of your brothers and buy them trucks. You know, like the guy did that I'm telling you about in the video. He bought a truck for the girl's brother so he can haul livestock. And the brother was supposed to be paying the guy back, but the livestock business didn't work out, so the man lost that money. And see, that's another thing you guys have to be careful with. When they feel you have money, they have all these ideas. When they feel you have money, they have all these ideas. And when the idea doesn't work, they don't even as much as apologize. Because what happened with this guy, he bought the truck for the brother to get the livestock, and the brother was supposed to be paying him so much per month for helping him. And the guy felt that it would be enough income for him to live on. Well, the whole business idea fell through. It didn't work. And when the guy went to ask the brother about the truck, the brother gives him some excuse about he having problems with his wife. And the man chose not to even try to get any of the money back. He just sucks it up. So now he's homeless after trying to help someone. So the takeaway I want you to see from this, even though you go into a situation with good intentions, those good intentions can lead you down a dead-end road. And that dead-end road can end up taking everything that you've worked for all your life. So guys, work on yourself, get yourself right. You know, stop focusing on trying to keep someone around who's really just trying to use you, because that's a dead-end situation. And it's nothing good that's going to come out. Nothing good that's going to come out of it for you. Okay? You're going to lose everything you have trying to help someone that could care less about you. Okay, so with that being said, please like, subscribe, and share. I hope to hear from you. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments, and take care.